Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to another book review. If you hear music in the background, that's not me. That's the neighbors in the neighborhood playing music. They got their music blasted. So if y'all hear music, that's not my fault. I don't own no copyrights. I don't own anything to any music playing in the background. If you hear it, but this is another book review. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. With this book is pretty much about a woman, pretty much Yasmin's friend that was basically mentioned in Before I Let Go. She's pretty much she became a single mom due to her husband Edward embezzling money from the company that he was working for. And another character is a male character. He's pretty much, a divorcee. Um and he has two sons who has autism. They're mentioned in this book as well, and his name is Judah Cross. So he basically had to tell on Edward, and he found a lot of stuff that was going on. So it made Soledad pretty much be in a predicament that every wife, mom has ever been in when it comes to basically embezzlement. Bank accounts pretty much froze and everything. So being that her ex, pretty much her husband, pretty much got in trouble by the job, well, by the company, and it put her in a predicament of basically hustling, trying to make ends meet, take care of their three daughters, which is Lupe, Inez, and Lottie. And with Inez being that she's the middle child, in her eyes, her father can't do no wrong. But you're old enough to understand right from wrong, regardless of who pretty much told or whatever the case may be. And it's like at the end of the day, it's like this. She pretty much went full frontal for her dad, and knowing that he's basically in prison, knowing that he done something did not just you wrong, but your sisters and your mom wrong. So with Judah Cross, he basically once that it was a whole huge investigation with their situation, and he helped them out. He helped Soledad out with getting food, and then after that, months later, once she found out that Edward gave her an STD, she found out that he had a baby with his secretary who was involved with the embezzlement, and another character that was involved too. So they pretty much got off pretty much scot free, and Edward took all the blame. So over the months between Soledad and Judah, they was basically, they was pretty much friends, and they started to feel each other out, and they ended up pretty much getting together. So, and in the midst of her becoming a hustler, an influencer, because of her and their friend Hendrix, she's mentioned in Before I Let Go and this one. So it's like, to me, Soledad had to pretty much restart her life over. And for a lot of women, we have to really sit here and start our lives over after a end of a breakup, end of a marriage, end of something that basically pretty much took us to the point of almost of no return. So with Soledad and Judah, they had to really sit here and figure out what they were, because she started to pretty much date herself and be able to have freedom from her ex-husband, a divorce, all that. But they still ended up getting together, and her middle child Inez found out that her and Judah was pretty much together. But the other daughters, they were cool with it. They was fine. It was just Inez. And it's like this: when you're old enough to know right from wrong, you cannot keep on going full throttle with, oh, that person can't do no wrong in my eyes. It doesn't pan out that way. And if you feel as though you want it to basically they can't do no wrong in your eyes, then you are just as gullible as them saying and telling you, oh, I didn't do it. It's like this, both parties are pretty much gullible. So it's like in a sense of your father wanted to sit here and be the hero of the story, and he's not. But my take on it is that know right from wrong and understand the consequences and the repercussions. But with this book, well, with all three books, even though I'm still in the beginning chapters of Can't Get Enough, the way she writes out these characters from beginning to end is chef's kiss. I give the first one, before I let go, this one, and probably the Can't Get Enough. I give these books a 10 out of 10. And if you guys want to sit here and get this book, go get it. You can check on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. Click the link in her bio. I have her tag down below. She does have a website printed at the back of the book. So if you want to go straight to the website, you can. You go to indie bookstores or black-owned, black-operated bookstores, and you sit here and get these books or any other author's books, regardless if it's male or female. But yeah, this is my book review on This Could Be Us. I'll see you guys in the next video. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss Scorpio 29. You could like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on when I sit here and post a video or a short on my YouTube channel, Miss Scorpio 29 Valentine. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which is a reading passage from here. So yeah, so check this video out and the next one, and I'll be doing an unboxing too. So 3 videos in one day, unedited and everything. So yeah, bye guys.